One of the questions I want every interviewer to ask is a simple question of every Labour politician and indeed every Tory politician, just to make sure they've got a sane answer to this. I genuinely think if you cannot answer this question with just a few simple words, you are not fit for public office. You're either a liar or you're completely stark staring insane. This is the question that I'm asking. What is a woman? It's a question that Piers put to Sadiq Khan on his show last night. And this is what Sadiq Khan had to say.
Well, I asked that question knowing full well that people may be watching this who may have gender dysphoria and may, you know, have concerns in relation to this issue. So let me be quite direct in relation to this. So a woman, when it comes to biology and sex, is an adult girl. But there are some women who may have gender dysphoria, and, you know, trans women can also be women as well.
Ryan Saby, just don't even know where to start with this. A woman is an adult girl. That's what we're now, an adult girl. OK, well, what's a girl should have been the follow-up. But he also says, you know, trans women can also be women as well. I mean, a trans woman is a man. Biologically, a man is what a trans woman is. That's what the trans bit is about. This is kind of where Keir Starmer is. This is where many on his front bench are. Do you think this stands up? Do you think as we go into a general election when 51% of the population are going, excuse me, you don't know what I am? Do you think that's going to fly?
Do you know what? I think it's going to be an issue. It's going to be an issue that interviewers raise in interviews. But I think when it comes down to it, when we're facing this cost of living crisis, NHS waiting times are up. I think it's going to be one of those issues on the periphery. People in the back of their mind will judge their character slightly, but I think there's so many sort of other issues that are pressing. Whether, as I say, whether it's the cost of living crisis or look at the small boats issue that the Rishi Sunak hasn't got a handle on at the moment, even though he says that he's going to.
But it's a trust issue. No, but that's the thing. It's a trust issue, isn't it? I know. Do I think that someone not being? I believe Sadiq Khan knows absolutely, as does Keir Starmer, what a woman is. They're both married to one. They've got daughters. They know absolutely what a woman is. But they're lying to us. Now, for me, that's a trust issue. So, they're lying. They're either lying to themselves or lying to me as a voter. Both of those things are unacceptable to me.
And that's why I think that those sorts of issues, the culture war issues, will be at the back of the back of people's minds. But as they go into the ballot box, that it'll just be a sort of would it be a stain on their character, or they'll think twice about voting for them. But I think those main issues are the ones that they'll be thinking about.
You're right. I mean, cost of living, NHS waiting list, migrant boats, much more important. But again, I think when you talk about the free, should we say the honest speech of Gillian Keegan is quite refreshing. Although she's not on side in terms of protecting girls in schools from boys who claim they're girls. So there we are. Really good to talk to you, Ryan Saby, there from The Sun. 7:30 is the time. A quick word from Benedict Spence, listening to all of that. I completely understand that people not being able to pay their bills, waiting 2 years for an operation, and worrying about another boatload of fighting age men arriving and booking into the next, the hotel at the end of the street is far more important. People's day-to-day lives and their schools crumbling. I completely accept that. Yeah. But I do think that there are tests of character and tests of honesty that voters do actually put to politicians about, do they like the cut of their jib? And I think a whole bunch of men, and even more deploringly, women on the Labour benches, and I include Lisa Nandy in this, who otherwise I like a lot, who don't know what a woman is or claim not to know what a woman is. That is a really damning indictment, isn't it?
It is, but I still don't think this issue has reached critical mass yet. And I think it's being spoken about a lot more. And I think as more people are exposed to it, they realise, oh, I'm not keen on this at all. But I think it's going to take, it's mad to say that, male prisoners saying that they're women and getting transferred, that hasn't really had the effect, because I think most people just sort of put that to one side and say, yeah, well, they're criminals. It doesn't matter to me.
That brought down Nicola Sturgeon.
It did in Scotland, but that's because Nicola Sturgeon, I think, was on a hiding to nothing anyway. That was just the thing, that the straw that broke the camel's back. Broadly speaking, in terms of a national government, I don't think it's going to happen until there's a bigger scandal. And it might be a similar sort of scandal in the UK. I suspect it'll be more to do with a child detransitioning.
Yes. Oh, no, I think we're just going to wait for a girl to get raped in the school toilets.
It'll be something...
That's what we're going to do. We're going to wait for a girl to get raped by a boy who's pretending he's a girl.
Exactly. And it will be something awful will happen that'll snap and everything will go, oh, hang on, this isn't good. But sadly, and it is sad that we're going to have to get to that point, that hasn't quite happened yet, or at least not on the scale
I'll tell you
that
what,
I anticipate
every politician who's not on the right side of this, I will never forgive you. And I'm telling you, the women of this country won't forgive you. Get on the right side and get on it now.